Hello, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. I hope you are having a beautiful day, a beautiful night. We're gonna do a timeless and collective reading, get you a little clarity, see what the energy is. This reading is timeless, it's collective. See what resonates, leave what doesn't. Remember that divine inner guidance is in you. And try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition, so your decisions are sound, based in love and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. We are gonna ask about love first. So what would be helpful today for the collective when it comes to love? That you are attracting the right person with the right vibration like a magnet into your life right now. So something is getting closer and closer to you. I feel like some of you have many suitors. You definitely have more than one set of eyes looking at you right now. So I am getting that you are doing something for yourself, energy into you, self-care, a little glow up. This attraction is a vibration. It's authenticity, it's charisma, it's an inner glow. It's also you attracting something in divine timing. I feel like some of you are going to actually be in what feels like the wrong place at exactly the right time. I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like it will. Let's get another card. Just know that right now there's something working its way to you. Whether they know it or not, because I feel like it could go both ways. For some of you, there's somebody maybe working on themselves. I feel like they're like getting up the courage to ask you out, or trying to see if you know this person, what your vibe is together, to see how you flirt with them, banter, flow with conversation, kind of get an idea of how you feel about them. But I feel like for some of you, this is kind of something that comes out of nowhere, someone you don't expect. So let's see what else would be helpful. I am getting, if this is somebody new coming in, there is instant chemistry, a lot of conversation, and a very obvious energy of magnetism, chemistry going on. You also have this doorway. So interesting, because I feel like this is that where you think you're at the wrong place. I almost get like you're lost and looking for directions, or there's a moment where you're invited to something, you go to a restaurant or a party and you're kind of looking around, you're like, why did I even come here? And then boom, somebody's sitting right there. And you're like, oh, well, this is better now. Now this looks like a little more fun. It says an opportunity is about to present itself to you. It's going to feel like an open door. It's going to feel kind of like an invitation. And it leads you to a new person. So for most of you, this is a new person entering your life. So let's see. Let's get one more. Ooh, that's exciting. What else is going on with the collective right now with this doorway and attraction? So in order for you, or a lot of you, in order for you to go through this open doorway, you have to put this energy into you, release it on your ex, make some room so this new energy can come through. But I feel like part of this attraction is you feeling a lot better about a past situation. This could be an ex from long, long ago. It could also be a very recent situation, but I don't feel like it's too recent. I feel like you've already had a lot of healing. Maybe not completely, but there is something coming in where all of a sudden you're not looking so much back at the past. You're not looking at your phone, seeing what your ex is doing. I feel like part of this attraction is when you stop doing that. And I feel like that is maybe a decision, but also a really natural flow. Healing from the past, heartbreak does take time. Just be patient with yourself. If this doorway isn't opening right around the corner, it will. You have to start to put this beautiful energy into you. I also see with this home sweet home, this is someone coming in that you instantly feel at home with. You feel really comfortable in their energy. I'm also seeing in their space. So that could be like around their friend group. It could be maybe a local place that somebody hangs out. But I am seeing a beautiful home here. There's something about walking into this space where you feel really good. But I feel like your vibes aren't just like twinkling extra with you and your, physical body. It's also the vibes of your home. So I kind of feel like part of this glow up is you creating more space, releasing the past, and kind of doing a little glow up with your home too. I feel like this is an overall energy change. Maybe doing something different with your decorating. I am seeing if some of you are creative or an artist, or you have an artistic flair, you're putting more things up that feel personal and inspiring to you, like a little personal touch. And I feel like if somebody comes over to your house, they're really into your whole vibe, whatever that is. It says making a good home life, settling down, marriage, and it's lasting love. That's long-term stuff here. So maybe you really feel at home right away with a certain person. You have a lot of chemistry and attraction. You recognize this was a beautiful open doorway meant for you to walk through. Maybe it was a long journey getting there. Also, whatever you went through with an ex, I feel like this person was actually very helpful, even if in the moment, in the breakup, it didn't feel so much. You felt like you maybe got lost a little bit, or you lost a lot. It's actually you finding yourself, but standing up for maybe new boundaries that you feel good about. I feel like speaking up, speaking your truth, not about your ex situation, but what works for you is actually even more attractive to somebody new coming in. Let's see if we can get one more. You got two in a row that say you're on your way to a wedding. Also, maybe some of you meet somebody at a wedding. But this is saying that wherever you are in your relationship, take the wedding part out if that feels weird to you. Wherever you are in your unfolding of a certain relationship coming in, or you are already in, this is taking something to the next level. So if you are only on, hey, how about I give you my number, maybe we can hang out, then you hang out. If you have date one, you're going to have date two. If you've been dating a little while and not sure, if you really want to make something official, it's becoming official. It's becoming exclusive. If you've been exclusive for a while, you're moving into, let's talk about dreams and future and go on vacation together. And what are your dreams for the future plans? Can you see yourself being with me? All of that stuff. For some of you, you're actually making plans for a marriage, or I actually don't see a marriage for all of you. I kind of feel like maybe there's a celebration. But I feel like for some of you, you feel right at home here, and maybe the wedding thing or marriage is not something you're really into, or the other person isn't, and you eventually get on the same page, but I feel like you're okay with whatever it is as long as you're with that person. It feels really nice. I don't think it's about that wedding. I think it's more about that union. So even if you go to the justice of the peace or you elope, I feel like it's about that connection that's important. Not the big affair, not the big party, not the big, huge ceremony. For some of you, maybe it is, but it's saying to take something one step at a time. One step at a time. That's all you need to know here. It's taking you pretty far. That's worth the effort. It's also worth getting to know somebody more, being on every page as it turns. And if somebody is turning the page at a different speed, get back on the same page. Communication is what I see here. But I feel like that's easy here. Whoever this is, I feel like you communicate pretty good together. I kind of feel like it's really easy. Looks like easy and breezy. There's all of these open, beautiful windows and doorways, except for this one where you're crying like Annie in the beginning of that movie, like where she sings Maybe, because it's dark outside. Everything here is pretty bright. Interesting. This looks like beautiful energy coming through for you. Let's go to the tarot. Let's get a couple of tarot messages to bring a little more depth into this movement of energy. I feel like you have to almost get excited now. I do feel like some of you gave up on love. And I feel like for some of you, you went through a lot with a particular ex and or many, and you don't want anything to do with a relationship or marriage. You're good. You're good. You're not out on the prowl. You're not, you know, looking for dates. You're not on a website. You're not doing anything like that. And I do feel like for some of you, you have such a strong bond that comes through with somebody that comes into your life that it would be silly to deny either of your hearts of this experience because it feels really real. It's like if you weren't thinking about love at all of a sudden you're like a little teenager feeling all like Google-eyed and fancy-free, skipping to work the next day and have a little glow on your face from a really good date or your first kiss, or like something really feeling like it's growing without having to try. I'm getting that huge. There is not any kind of pushy energy here. It just feels like it just kind of blooms. It kind of unfolds. So let's see. I brought the Tarot of Dreams. I think this is Ciro Marchetti. Yeah. Let's clarify all of these. Let's start with this one. You know, the old situation you feel good about releasing, you grew a lot from, you are letting go of. You probably went through a lot of heartbreak. It probably sucked when you were there. Maybe it still does a little bit, but something's going to change really fast, beginning with you. So this is absolutely not a situation where somebody is still really holding on to the ex and somebody new comes in and all of a sudden you switch your attention from what was lack to what you get because of someone else. There's a space here where there is healing that has happened, and there's a feeling solid and tall and true and authentic on your own between this weird windowsill here and this beautiful open doorway. Clarify. Let's just take a peek at what you learned from the past energy. What did the collective learn? How to be yourself, how to be in your authentic energy, how to shine like this beautiful star that cannot be missed. It's not just a star way out there, it's our star. This is you feeling absolutely 100% better, like yourself. It's also you seeing a past situation with a different kind of clarity, a totally different focus, and having a handle on that energy because it empowered you. Even if it got you down a little bit, you got up stronger. Look at you here. You're actually holding on to the sun. This is also receiving guidance through cycles. It's not really like a compass. It's like you got the sundial here. You're also surrounded by all of the other planets. So I do see there's something aligning for you on a bigger, you know, like on a bigger scale than just you in alignment. It does feel like divine timing. The sun, even if it's the other way around, is just a little delay on you getting plugged back in, you know, regaining that strength. But this is anybody who fell down or went through something, getting back up brighter, bigger, stronger, more in tune, empowered, and focused on fun, focused on your inner truth, who you really are, being seen for who you are, being in this beautiful energy of both vulnerable and strong, authentic, true. And it's usually where you are playing. It's where you play like a child. Maybe you and someone else kind of played games, had a little immaturity in a past situation, but you definitely grew from that. But you didn't lose that fun energy, which is really nice. It's like you gained maturity, you gained the right experience, but you never lost that laughter, that beautiful thing in you that makes you attractive. The sun is really big. So let's see, I mean, you can't get more attractive than that, but let's see a little more about this glow up, this energy that has transformed in you, or the magnetism that is part of what is attracting someone, even if it's out there in, you know, the vibrational field of what connects us all. It's still that vibration getting out there. I just see divine orchestration in energies, a connection meant for you. Beautiful. Let's ask about this attraction. It should have been the other way around. So maybe there are times where you feel like you were slipping back. The Five of Cups is where you felt left out in the cold. You didn't know where to move or how to step into that personal power. You were at one point overly focused on maybe a couple different exes or a couple situations, a weird 3 months. It's like these 3 cups are all wonky. They're not in the light. You're definitely in your head or in your feels. And it could be where you were crying over a situation here and there that's not that deep anymore, but kind of slips on back. But I feel like I'm actually seeing that those tears are healing. Because if you just kept something in and didn't allow that, that's when you cry, it's actually a cleanse, and it releases toxins. It releases old patterns and stuck energy. So I feel like even if that slips back on in, that was a very healthy release. It could also be where you have a particular person from your past still crying over you, taking a long time to heal, recognizing how maybe a certain dynamic was actually pretty beautiful and vibrant, but maybe they were focused on something else. But I asked about your attraction, and I feel like part of this attraction is that you stood up stronger. You got out of your head, connected your head to your heart, and focused here on those 2 cups right behind you, right around the corner, about to come into your life. And it's like a Two of Cups energy, a connection that's right there. You just maybe don't see it right now. Five of Cups is sometimes mourning, but it's going through that process, however long it takes. Let's clarify specifically why the Five of Cups is coming through for you. Because it brought you to victory. It brought you to this, it's like the wedding. It brought you to the Four of Wands. It brought you to that dance under the gazebo. It brought you to that place where you can lay a solid foundation and build something bigger. It brought you to a huge, big, floating open door. There's not even a house behind it, but you can almost like in this fire energy of your spirit, see how that door, that open opportunity, that threshold, that invitation is made for you, but you have to make something bigger and brighter from this fiery energy in your spirit. It's like in the middle of the woods. It's very interesting. This is usually where you are in that energy where you don't care if anyone else is on the dance floor. You love that song. You're going to get up and dance. You don't care if that person sitting over there you think is cute says no. You hope they say yes. But if they say no, you're just in that beautiful, vibrant state where you're just in that flow. You're in that happy energy. You're in a lot of confidence here. These are the beautiful moments in your life you are just proud of having. Like snapshots of awesome that you got to experience. It's also often a wedding. So it could be that some of you do meet somebody at a wedding, or you do have that beautiful platform of possibility that is coming into your life with that spiritual glow, and you know that you are going to create something beautiful out of more and more of these moments. It looks like there's almost a phoenix here, like a fiery spirit that's just kind of transforming behind that open door. It also looks like there's sunshine behind that door. Sometimes the 11, the Four of Wands is the 1111, and it is seen as a divine partnership. Let's clarify the doorway, although I feel like maybe that was the doorway. I feel like we should have just done one card on each. So let's continue to move down and then see if we need to clarify anything. Let's clarify that home sweet home, making a good home life, settling down, marriage, lasting love. Give us a little more clarity on feeling comfortable. You have this inner knowing that you can foresee exactly how something can turn out and be better than even what you expect. This is complete trust and having faith in God to bring the right thing in. You got the High Priestess. You're being gifted knowledge and intuition and insight throughout a new partnership or about somebody's energy, vibration, and you can't put a finger on it. This is where somebody might not make any sense to you, why they are attracted to you or why you're attracted to them, why this is something that is different, why it feels so spiritual. You might not have any words, to explain it to anybody else. It's just a knowing. The High Priestess is a very powerful energy. It's also where I'm kind of getting that it can be secrets or keeping something to yourself. It's not needing any outside validation from anyone else to, approve or not of a certain partnership or why you feel different with a certain person. It's It's confidence in that spiritual energy. It's also the complete release of ego. Having allowance that it unfolds how it does. It comes when it's supposed to. You recognize that when there's a lesson that you need to learn, that there was a reason you had to go through that lesson to gain strength because of it. Those lessons also don't come, let's say something one step at a time. Interesting, because with the High Priestess, it's not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, you could be hopping around different pages with a certain person, and it's not the typical progression of a partnership. It just has to be perfect for you and that person. It is like you're looking through this lens, this portal, but your eyes are closed. What does it say? It says something. Hold on. It actually has something on the book. It says, darkness into darkness, the key to all mysteries. So you have to be comfortable with what you don't know. How something has to unfold and flow. There's times where you have this illumination, and there's times when you might be in the dark, and you have to be at peace and comfortable with that. You also have this bright light here. So if something goes dark for a little bit, and there's, I'm even seeing like a little confusion, you're going to easily come out of a situation that you would have maybe gotten lost in the past. Because there's faith in this connection. There's truth here that is beyond explanation. I also feel like this could be somebody that you reflect on a really deep soul level, and you could be healing some childhood wounds, past life situations, past ex situations, where those could have been facets of you refused to look at, or got kind of like dusty in the corners of your mind or the corners of your soul. And I feel like there is something that comes through and it's healed really fast. That feels really nice, because I feel like whoever this is sees all the facets, all the reflections, all the parts of you really beautiful. So maybe this is a healing that happens together. If this is a healing that is happening regarding anything way back here, where you had a little too much ego attachment into a person, an outcome, a situation, that's where this insight gets a little askew. You know, desiring somebody to feel a certain way and really like pushing for something to happen, rather than it being this beautiful natural energy that I feel up here. So maybe that is something that you've learned, or you don't even have, I feel like you don't even have to go through. Let's get another message. Working our way towards this wedding and or taking your relationship to, I hear another level, not just a step in a different direction. What else would be helpful? You also have Sun, Moon, Mars and Venus energy. That feels really, look at that. That feels really balanced. Silver, gold, Sun, Moon, masculine, feminine, Mars, Venus, allowing and moving, masculine and feminine. You also have Scorpio energy, Aries energy. I see Pisces as I see Priestess as Pisces, and I see the Sun usually as Aries or Leo, but it could be any of the fire signs. What else would be helpful? Wow, you're about to make magic. You're moving to the Magician. The Magician has that beautiful cup of love right there. all of the tools you need to have something grow, to manifest whatever you want your life to be, especially if it's with another person. You are, what's at the bottom? Manifesting, that's your wedding, or that's your party, or that's the right vibes around you. Celebration, Mercury, communication, no need for a mask. There's no one wearing this mask. You see something is building up here. Cancer and Mercury. Maybe also it's releasing any vibrations that were a mismatch, or were draining you, or wearing a mask, or felt false. That's only if it's upside down. I feel like maybe that's situations you went through in the past. I don't feel like that's the energy you're attracting. With this Magician, it's a Mercury energy, but it's a Virgo / Gemini. It says you have everything in you to begin. There's not really a need for anything. There's more of an allowance that something unfolds. You have the Magician. Wow, you look at the connections of this. You have the sun and the moon here. Venus and Mars. And now you have the Magician and the High Priestess. You can manifest the you-know-what out of your life, and you're doing it through this spiritual light because you're getting divine guidance, not just manipulating kind of manifest, make it happen energy. This is you really, I feel like this is miracles. This is big. You know, if the Magician is the other way around, it could be somebody who tries to push energy to work out for a certain way. So this happens and it's too much desire. And that usually backfires. That's usually a big spiritual lesson somebody learns in their life, that you have to have this trust and faith in God. You have to have that direct connection between your heart, your head, your higher self, and the universe. You have to go with the flow of how things come through when messages, you know, are downloaded into you when you need them, not what you desire it to be or what you want the outcome to take you to. It's just trusting. Okay, you gotta go through that doorway, or you gotta do something this way. I'm gonna give it a go. The Magician tries something as many times as needed until something happens. He also looks like he's holding that beautiful mirror and or that reflection that is reflecting his energy or the divine guidance he or she is gifted on the tools right in front of you that you need. You have the Pentacle, that seed of potential to put into the earth, to plant the garden. You have truth, ideas, communication, intelligence. With that sword, you have this beautiful vessel of love that you can fill up, offer, nourish your heart with, nourish your soul with. And that fiery rod of passion, spirit, excitement, enthusiasm, expansion, and it's helping direct that spiritual energy with the right vibration to where it needs to go. Wow. This was pretty big. Let's go to something totally different just to kind of blend all of this together. This is the Numerology guidance cards. Let's get one Numerology message that would be helpful for you on Magician, Priestess, 4 of Wands, 5 of Cups, and 19. 1, 2, 4, 5. And that 19 takes you to a 10, which is both like the wheel spinning, the wheel of fortune, but also brings you back to the start, back to that 1, but now in the energy of protection. Because I see that 0 as a portal, as protection, as a gateway. What is one overall message from numerology guidance cards as an extra focus or a deeper focus for the collective today. Synchronicity. You're going to be guided to exactly the right place at the right time, even if you don't understand why you have to go somewhere, why you got all dressed up to go to the store, why you keep seeing somebody's name over and over, why you had dreams about a certain person from the moment you met them, or you had dreams about somebody and you know them in your dream, but couldn't put a finger on who it actually was until you meet somebody and you're like, I think I've dreamt about you. That's also maybe a really, really good, bad pickup line. I think we've met in my dreams. But this is where you see somebody's birthday. This is where you see repeat numbers. This is where you recognize more and more and more, the more you recognize it, that whatever is going on in that inner reflection, like inside of you, is being reflected outside of you in your everyday reality. It feels like little miracles, but that happen all the time. It feels bigger than a coincidence because you recognize the truth in you. You recognize how it's personal for you. So it's messages in songs. It's having a conversation one day with your friend or your friends at work, at a party, and then the next day a weird situation happens to you and you want to call them up. You're like, you'll never guess what just happened to me. You know that thing that we were talking about the other day? Well, it appeared in my life today. The more you notice this and recognize it, just check, that was weird, that happened. Not just brush it aside like it was nothing. The more it happens and the more direct that guidance gets to take you towards where you're supposed to be, who you're supposed to be with. 87. So it takes you to a 15 back to a 6. So maybe with the 15, you did have to release something here. An old cycle, pattern, people, places, things, ideas. Once you release that, you let go, it brings you back to balance and love. There's also a lot of pink and purple. I mean, minus these are all pink and purple. And like red and golden energy. I feel like you and someone else have very different auras, and yet it works. It actually makes me think of complementary colors, because when you, I feel like my hair is, it's kind of late today when I'm doing this reading. That's I have my robe on. So if I look a little bit askew, that's sort of what's going on. I'm ready to go to bed pretty soon. But with this purple energy and just look at these two colors together. When you put purple and yellow together, they complement one another. The one stands out more because the other one is there. It's not something matching exactly. It's actually vibrating brighter and different because it's different. I want to do one more, but I kind of feel like that's the reading. I don't know what to do. Maybe one message from the mystery deck. So is there an extra message that would be helpful to know from the mystery deck? Please and thank you. That's a good message. Throughout all these changes, the ups and the downs, the growth, the unfolding of something new, beautiful open doors of opportunity or something that you have to build, try to find your center. You know, find that inner, peaceful, tranquil point inside of you. Let's get one message from the universe and we'll end with that. What is one more message? 2. You got 2. I said 2. I was going to say 2, finalize this reading, but I guess 2 want to come out. So don't lose sight of this truth. You came here to evolve and to grow. So it's necessary. Where's your, you know, this? It's necessary for you to experience the difficult times. That's when, I mean, look how strong you came out. That's when you grow the most. There is always light at the end of a dark tunnel. What did this say? Darkness into darkness. The key to all mystery. It's having no fear, looking at the light and looking at something that was hidden or in the dark, seeing the truth in both, and you choosing the one that feels right for you. It's not having fear about anything. It's having consciousness of everything that gives you so much more empowerment. Because if there's something you don't want to look at, and you know nothing about it, but you're afraid to face it, you don't actually know what you're not facing. To know everything and make that conscious choice of, you know, all of the opposing energies that are down here is you being in your truth because you choose to vibrate high. I need you to get excited again. Remember, you're not in this thing alone. I am working on your challenges, and I've already signed angels. You have help. You have divine help here. To you. Let go of the stress. Just trust me. I have a pretty incredible ending. I mean, look at you do have a pretty big ending here. And it's a constant unfolding. It's not just the end and close that chapter. It's like next chapter, next volume. So in fact, that's why you need to get excited again, because the happy ending that I've got coming, yeah, it's gonna rock your world. That's really beautiful. This was powerful. I hope this was helpful for you guys. I hope something came through that gave you a little insight, got you a little excited on what's to come. And 2 things fell. Should we look at what they are? Yeah, let's look. Because if that fell, final, it looks like what's to come is also the open road ahead. No more roadblocks. Going in the right direction, forward movement. And it looks like maybe it starts with a little private convo. Somebody wants to have some private time with you. And this is something that comes out that's just between you and another person. That feels very special, enlightening, lightening, clarifying, and important. With that, I bid you adieu. I love you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you joining me. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and I feel very grateful to connect with you here. Thank you, my friend.